Hi, everybody. In this video, we're going to review the Orlando real estate market over the past few years, zero in on its performance in 2023, talk about interest rates and what this all means for buyers and sellers in 2024. I'm Jannett Charlton, your Orlando Realtor. Thank you for watching this video. I'd ask that you leave a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. That way you'll continue to know when I have new videos coming out about the Central Florida real estate market and the things that Florida homeowners need to know. Okay, so we're going to be taking a 5-year review look at the Orlando median sale price from 2019 to 2023. Here is a graph from that time period. And you can see this is the representation of the increase in the median price over time. The biggest increase you can see happened in 2021, 2022. There was a dip towards the end of 2022, and then it's gone up somewhat and has some variation since then. Now let's take a look at the actual numbers. So you can see from January 2019, we had 229,000 median. December of that same year, 257. If you look at between 2020, 2021, and 22, you can see these are some of the biggest growth that we've had. And that was, post-COVID and everything that was going on there, where the prices, there was a bidding war and that drove the prices really, really high. For 2023, we're going to be taking a much deeper look at that. But you can see from January 2023, 350,000 to December 2023 is $377,000. Now let's take a look at the percentage change. I did a comparison between 2022 and 2023 month by month, and here you can see the difference in the price change and the percentage. So the percentage remains the same, which for January and February, then it drops between March to September. And then in the last quarter between October to December, that percentage raised and closed out at 7.71% increase at the end of December 2023. On this chart, we're looking at the median days on the market and the price per square foot. So as you can see, 34 days is the highest median that we have. December ended out at 246. So overall, what does this mean, right? This means that prices are not dropping a lot. They're not going up a lot, because over beginning of 2022, there was a lot of talk about, we're expecting foreclosures to come at the market and the prices are going to drop, and the same kind of scenario that we had in 2008-09 with the recession and all that. That's not happening, guys. The prices are pretty much staying the same. There's some variation here and there, but just remember that what I've shown you with the 377 median price is for Orlando on a whole. So if you're looking at a specific zip code or a specific neighborhood, that number could definitely change. All right. But as right now, prices are not changing that much. And so if you're a buyer looking in the market, and if you're in a position to purchase and you're waiting for the big drop, it hasn't happened. We don't expect that to really happen. So you might want to revisit your thoughts about actually getting into the market now and purchasing a home. And if you're a seller and you're waiting for prices to go really, really high, like they did post-COVID, that's not happening either. So just have the matter of fact of just making a decision if you're going to buy or sell. So let's talk about interest rates, because interest rates in December of 2023 fell below 7% for the first time since August of 2023. And today they're still below 7%. Overall, experts are expecting that interest rates will remain below 7% in 2024. So that is good news for home buyers who are, on the fence and looking forward to a change. And I'm going to show you a mortgage calculator. By the way, this is on my website. you can go to the buyer tools information, scroll down, and that will take you to the mortgage calculator. So I wanted to kind of show this to you because you can come in here, by the way, and play around with the numbers to kind of figure out what your principal and interest would be, or even your potential full mortgage payment. So remember, we talked about the median sale price in Orlando being at $377. So let's come here and do an experiment here. Let's say at 380. If we're looking at FHA, let's say maybe 3.5% down, and 3.5% down. And let's look at just for the fun of it, 6.5 interest rates. And let's hit calculate and see what that does. So here we have principal and interest of $2,317.79. And by the way, if you want to play around with here, that's fine. These are preset here to calculate homeowners insurance, property taxes. And for instance, if you had a HOA or something like that, you could put in whatever that amount is per month. And that will give you, and also calculate your private mortgage insurance. And that will give you an estimate of what your potential full mortgage payment could be. Let's say that you were able to get this interest rate down from 6.5 to, let's say, 6.25. All right. Now let's take a look at the difference. Now remember, we have $2,313.79 here. If we calculate that, now that becomes $2,257.83. That's like $60 difference in your payment. And that $60 could be the difference between just edging out your debt ratio and, not having problems with your qualification. That is very important. So for buyers, it is important for you to have these conversations with your mortgage person, find out exactly what the mortgage interest rate is, and have scenarios. If I were to get it down to this point, to that point, where would that put you in your payment? And also that will help you with your debt to income ratio. Something called seller concessions that can help you to actually buy down that interest rates. And I want to share with you this article here that I sent out to my email list back in November, because the Florida Realtors Association submitted an article that I shared that talks about 1 in 3 sellers granting buyer concessions. And so what they did was take a study of quarter 3 in 2023, 3 metros, which were Miami, Orlando, and Tampa. And here they're talking about 35.4% of those contracts included seller concessions in Miami. In Orlando, it was 34.3%, Tampa 43.1%. So that goes to show you that with the seller concessions, you can definitely use those monies. Seller concessions are credits that the seller is going to give you at closing, and those monies could be used to cover closing costs, and maybe sometimes to even pay down a debt. And certainly you can use that to pay down or to buy down your mortgage interest rate. And that again can be a big help. So what we're finding out is that sellers are aware now that this is a possibility. If you're trying to sell, then definitely, you may expect to have buyers request that. And it's just another way to negotiate to get your property sold and get you move on to your next chapter. So buyers, you definitely need to be having a conversation, not just with the loan officer, but also with your realtor, because from me, I will work to make this deal work. So based on the conversations we're having with the buyer and the lender, then now I in turn can formulate, the ask so that it can be accepted or at least negotiated to another term. So that is very crucial. It is an opportunity that you should not pass up on. They may say no, but if you put it together in a smart way, most likely you're going to get a yes of some kind. So this concludes our 5-year review of the Orlando real estate market as it relates to median sales price, median days on the market, and the sales price per square foot. If there's a particular neighborhood or zip code you'd like me to go over with you, please go ahead and request that personally. Otherwise, you feel free to leave any comment or general questions in the description. And if you'd like to also get on my email list, there's a link for that as well. Well, thank you so much for sticking it out with me on this video. Until next time, take care.